Okay, so before I really get into what we're going to be doing for this week, again, this is week 7. You guys are almost there. This is the week of May the 25th. So first, let me just go through some reminders, especially as we get to the end here. First one, the week 6 assignment, which was the week of 5/18. That is due by this Friday. That is Friday the 29th. You have to have it in by then. If it's not in by then, I'm not going to take it. You guys already know that. Also, pay attention to the changes. Now that we're at the end, I don't have as much time to give you guys on these things. So for this week, week 7 or the week of 5/25, that assignment is going to be due on Wednesday. It is Wednesday, June 3rd. Okay, Wednesday, June 3rd. Got to have this week's in. Oh, God, your cat. And then lastly, next week, I'm gonna post that later today, or excuse me, later Thursday, and that is gonna be due on, the week of 6/1, week 8 is due on Thursday. That's just June the 4th. That's because I have to have my grades in. So if I get them by then, I can have it done, get my grades in time, and get you guys all set. Also, as far as your grades go, according to the formula that Mrs. Taylor sent out and that we've been adhering to, if you have 4 quality assignments, so out of the 8, if you have 4 quality assignments, that will raise your grade 1 letter. If you have 6, that's 1 1/3, so that would take you from, let's say, a D to a C plus. 6 quality assignments. Then if you have all 8 quality, that'll raise your letter grade 2 grades, so from C to an A. So if you guys have been doing that, that's awesome. Also, I've been getting some emails from some students and some parents asking about why the grades haven't changed or why they still show that that you guys are failing or you're not failing or you're at a B and you should have an A or whatever. According to what the information I was given from above, we're going to change that at the end. But if you guys look at in my grade book, if you go and just look at for every week, next to that week, there's another assignment that says quality. If there's a 1 there, then yes, it's quality. If it's a 0, then not. If you count the 1s, that'll tell you what your grade will be. I will change those. Those will show for your final report card grade. Again, grades will be finalized soon. I don't know when they're going to turn student view on for you guys or if they even turned it off. I have no idea, but that's what's going on. Okay, so for this week, I want to do something, again, I'm trying to stick with, as far as like the actual material that we've done so far, the physics, all the mechanics stuff, we're through it. So I don't have any new material for you. So again, I just want to apply some of the things that we have to something useful for you. So for this week, we're talking about how does a cell phone work. I don't need everything. All I want is you to look at one component of a cell phone. So on the rubric that I shared on the web page, just a minute, honey, there's a list of technologies included, but it doesn't have to be one of those. But I mean, that's what I'm looking for. So some of those technologies like wireless communication, what's the history behind it, who invented it, how did it start, what changes have made since then. Other things, internet, cameras, batteries, microprocessors, computer code, the screens and displays, touchpads, fingerprint readers, the different types of elements and components that are in it. Some of them are really interesting. And lastly, digital storage and recovery. Okay, so those are some of the different technologies that you can look up. As far as what I'm actually taking or looking for, or what I need for those. Okay, first of all, the history of that technology. What did the first versions look like? When and how were they used? So when did it first come up? How was it used? Is it the same? Probably not. Who invented it and what problem did it solve? What changes were made to bring it to the version that we have now in our current cell phones? And then what other technological advancements came along because of it? So because of, let's say you were doing wireless communication and you were talking about Bluetooth. Okay, what things now came as a result of Bluetooth? So you could get into different types of file sharing, hooking up to other devices, mobily, or all those things are there. So that's what I'm looking for. Next, current model. From a standpoint of a middle school student, I want you to explain how that component, not the cell phone altogether, just how your component in a cell phone works. Next, what physically changes about your phone as this component operates? Is there a heat signature? How does the pixels change? What is happening? And then, again, with the current model, how and why could it malfunction? I think that's pretty simple. And then next, future, what improvements are on the horizon? So do a little bit of research. Look into your different cell phone companies and even your different carriers. So we're talking about the actual makers of cell phones. You want to look into like Samsung, your Apple, and there's even Motorola and some of the other ones that aren't around as much anymore. Your big ones are going to be your Samsung and your iPhone, but see what else is going on. Next, what is preventing the technology from being currently available? So to take your piece and improve it, what things might be standing in the way? And then lastly, might this component ever be obsolete? Why and what could replace it? So I know most of you guys are way too young to remember this, but once upon a time when Mr. Funsch was a young man, a little guy, we used to have what were called home lines, house lines, where it was an actual, your phone connected to the wall that connected to a line that connected to the phone company that then connected to something else and went elsewhere. Yeah, that was the thing. Not only that, but it was rotary dial. So you'd actually have to put your fingers in this little hole and rotate all the way around and wait for it to slowly click back. And if you didn't go all the way to the stop point, then it didn't give you the right number, and there was a lot of that stuff going on. It was a great time. Rotary dials are obviously now obsolete, as for the most part are landlines, unless you live out in the sticks like me, and then, that just is what it is. Okay, so those are the main components that we're looking for. And then lastly, last thing I'm looking for in that, some sort of graphic organizer or video detailing the science of your topic and how it interacts with you or other parts of the device. So just show like, hey, I've got this little microprocessor. Because of this processor, it connects to this, which connects to that, and now they all talk, and as a result of that, this thing happens. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Again, this is going to be due by by Wednesday, June 3rd. Get it to me by Wednesday. It shouldn't take very long. If you guys sit down for an hour or 2 hours, you can do this all on a Google Slides thing and have it done in no time. So it shouldn't take all that long, but again, something interesting. How come to ticks and talks, sir? Now we come to ticks and talks, sir. There you go, sorry. Help my daughter read. Where was I? Oh, yeah, due dates. Again, that's due June 3rd, Wednesday, June 3rd. Again, Zoom meetings, I don't know, no one's been coming, but if you, especially coming into these last few ones, if you need something, let me know ASAP. Again, you have to have at least 4. So if you don't have, well, I guess as long as you got 1, you still have a chance. You just got to get things done these next 3 weeks. You can go up a letter grade. So tell your friends, if they've got 1 by now, they've got a chance, but they really got to get on it. Other than that, I think we're pretty much okay. Again, I'll be launching the last week here real soon. I won't actually set it out until Thursday after my Zoom meetings, but once it gets out, it'll be there whenever you guys are ready. Just because it's due on that date does not mean that you can't get it to me sooner. So feel free to get it to me, that way I can look at it. It just makes life a lot easier for me as we wrap things up. Other than that, hope everyone had a really good Memorial weekend. Nothing too crazy happened. Everyone's families are safe and all that good stuff. With that, we're almost there, guys. Finish strong.